the lore of Dragon Ball Hakai, we've seen revamped backstories on everyone from series mainstays like Beerus to filler fan favorites like Pikkon. So today, we jump back in time to visit not Frieza's childhood, but just before he was born and the events that led Cold to become king. This is part 1 of a side story to Dragon Ball Hakai, and part 21 of the entire series, and was created by Hakai. Support him and catch up fully using the links below. Winterforth was a planet located in the most distant region of the universe. A place where the nearest star was so far away that sunlight itself couldn't reach it. Because of this, the planet was kept in a constant state of freezing nightfall. Even so, the planet's people, the winter race, not only survived, but thrived. Neither the deep freeze nor the scarce light was enough to bother them. This was primarily due to their technology. Though they had limited natural resources, they had advanced technology due to a foreigner who ushered in a great technological revolution. During our visit to this time and place, we head over to Winterforth's royal castle. Well, if you could consider something this technologically advanced to be a castle, that is. A frost demon kneels before someone he refers to as his father. He needs him to listen. He is sure there's an imminent threat heading this way, and there's no doubt they'll be looking for a fight. But his father only scolds his son that he has no idea where he gets all his crazy ideas from. Young Cold needs to understand that the disappearance of a few scouts means nothing. Meaning in this story, this must be either the original full power or powered down form of King Cold, as it has attributes of both. His patriarch continues. He explains that their spy ships may have vanished while searching a very distant area from here, but that doesn't mean anything to them. We then get a better view of this new Frost Demon King. And a much worse view in many other ways. While he continues that space has many dangers, even celestial bodies themselves that pose a risk in the wrong conditions, Cold bothers too much regarding such insignificant matters. But bothers too much? This is what a king is supposed to do, to bring light to problems and help solve them. Though he's reprimanded at this remark as his father grunts to know what an infant like him knows about being king. He himself has been ruling Winterforth for about 80 years now, and if the gods of youth bless him, he'll be ruling it for many more. That is to say, if Cold doesn't try to dethrone him. After this accusation of betrayal, the younger demon almost balks a bit, but assures no, this is not something he has any intention of doing. Which is a wise choice. Unsurprisingly, being a father, the elder demon assures Cold that he is strong, and in the future, he will surpass even himself, although that time hasn't come yet. As for this business about a pending invasion, he should calm himself of such worries. If someone attacks Winterforth, he himself is strong enough to protect everyone here. However, although trying to let him down lightly, Cold is left fuming at the fact that his father refuses to heed his warnings about the looming threat. Flying away to a lab, possibly of the secret variety. Inside of which, a couple scientists the same race as Kikino are hard at work. The demon enters to the great fear of the both of them. Though Cold tries to quell their concerns, alluding to the idea that they might have thought it was someone else. He then questions if they forgot that only the few of them have access to this place. And letting their head drop, a Kikino with 3 dangly doodles, who we'll call Yunoki, since I think Kikino means tree or mushroom or something, and Yunoki is a play on either pine or cormorant tree. He exudes a sigh of relief and requests the prince's forgiveness. It's just they're a bit on edge that King Ice may find out about what they're doing. Something Cold can't help but spat at. His idiot father can't even see an inch from his own nose. There's no chance he'll ever know about this. He's here for something important. How is their little experiment? We can give a closer look to see that in the tank is cooler. Though a very small cooler. Cold figured that after so many months it'd be bigger. Yunoki quickly assures that this is normal progression. Genetic reproduction technology is still in a rather early stage of development. Their limited resources aren't helping. Moreover, the energy needed to produce their current output comes from the main technological center of the planet. If they accelerate this process, they will need more energy and the others will surely notice the deviation. But Cold doesn't want to hear some complicated explanation. How long will it take to be ready? And a rough estimate is about a year from now the experiment will be able to leave the capsule. After that, it should take the normal amount of time it takes Cold's race to mature. Unfortunately, a year is too long. He had thought Yunoki would be more useful than this. While the demon assumed that the statement would intimidate the scientist, he only narrows his eyes and reminds that if King Ice were to find out that he was replicating Cold's DNA, especially in order to make him an artificial son, he would certainly cast a very heavy judgment down upon him. So if the tables were turned, Yunoki himself would greatly appreciate all the work he's doing here, causing Cold to chirp back that if his father wasn't a complete idiot, they wouldn't need to create Cooler at all. But he refuses to hear reason, so it's up to him to strengthen their defenses. Unlike the other Winters, Cold's family genetics are quite privileged. They, from the clan Arcosian, are much stronger than the others of their race. And he senses something big is coming, so he needs to improve the power of this planet. And since the Winters' race reproduction takes so long, they need to be quicker. Rolling his eyes at his suggested altruism, Yunoki mutters, "Yes, of course. You're a prince who really worries about his people's safety." Bringing Cold to point a finger and sneer to no, is he implying something like, perhaps he instead plans to use this new life form to betray his father? But no, he would never think something like that about the prince. Which is what Cold thought. Who takes this a bit further to quip that he doesn't like Yunoki's assumptions very much. He should actually kill him for his insolence, but he's simply too useful to be discarded of so recklessly. If it wasn't for him, this planet's technology wouldn't be so advanced. He'll use his network to get some potent generators so they won't have to rely on the core's energy. It's still a risk, but well worth it. Only 2 generators should suffice. Though 2 generators, the scientist has to point out that Project Cooler will really just require 1. Reminding the demon of the other reason he has come here today. He wants a second son. But another one! Working on Cooler alone has been hard enough! A protest that falls on deaf ears. Cold instructs them to prepare a new vessel for his next son. He will be named Frieza. Months later, dozens of ships close in on planet Winterforth. At the castle, Prince Cold's voice echoes from the outside demanding to know what the meaning of this is. Bowing before his father, he heard enemy forces are near the planet. Their radar should have alerted them of their proximity at least 5 days ago. The elder turns to his guards to request some time alone with his son. He reveals that for some reason, their radars did not detect their proximity as they should have. It hasn't been long since they received the warning of their arrival. Bringing Cold's fears full circle. He knew it! This must have something to do with that scout who went missing all those months ago. They must have been captured and forced to reveal any secrets they knew. Though angry, Cold knows they can't be for sure. Moreover, now isn't the time to cast blame. Just as soon as this ironic statement is uttered, another minion comes dashing into the room calling out for the 2 royal demons. It's begun! The enemy has begun their attack! The invaders' assault was faster and more organized than the Winters could predict. In the blink of an eye, their powerful ships obliterated cities and attacked important military facilities. They were fierce, completely ruthless, and willing to fight dirty. Most importantly, their soldiers were well trained and strong. They easily surpassed the Winters' military might, leaving their hordes to quickly subjugate the entire planet. It wasn't long before they reached the royal castle. By that time, the planet was already down to the last of their resources. Still standing, Cold knows this is bad. These invaders are considerably stronger than the average Winter soldier, not to mention that they're superior in quantity as well. If this keeps up like this, beginning to grow more and more tired. No matter how many he takes down, these soldiers never stop. His father experiencing the same. Cold warns that if they don't fight wiser and faster, they'll be destroyed along with their forces. When a new voice bellows that it looks like there are some more powerful maggots here at the castle. Someone Cold seems to recognize. But how can someone like him be here? His senior questions who this guy is. Is he someone he should already be aware of? Trembling, he inquires Ice if he's been paying attention to their spy reports. Something like 10 years ago, they reported someone by the name of King Claws. He ran a devastating campaign through the universe. No planet has been able to survive his wrath. He was so far away from here he didn't think he would venture to such an outlying world. This isn't a battle he thinks they can win. Ice screams that no one can win against him. Even more so if the two of them fight together, calling for his son to join the charge. But not doing so, he only calls for his father to wait. A strike not affecting his opponent, the king demands to know the meaning of this. And after experiencing his strength firsthand, it now makes sense to Claws. This is this planet's king. No wonder why the people here were so weak. Seeing his father take heavy damage, Cole takes this as the moment to attack as well, only to receive the same treatment. The invader snarls that this must be a successor. Prince, right? What a shame!
Damn you! I will destroy you! Die!
Not even fazed by the point-blank blast. It can't be! Klaus again taunts the king's inferiority. Actually, he deserves punishment for even daring to touch him. After getting Ten Shinhan, it's only now that Ice realizes that his son was right. There's no way they'll be able to win this fight. As he makes his attempt to flee, he's quickly impaled by his aggressor. And if now the former king will excuse him, he usually takes the enemy leader's head as a trophy. Not able to do anything to stop him. With that out of the way, he barks to Cold that he is next, prompting Ice to reveal an interesting aspect of Frost Demon properties, as he then does his best Android 16 impersonation and calls for Cold to find a way to save him. But how is he still alive? This is disgusting! He can keep it. He doesn't want a talking trophy. Claus laughs at the idea that he'd just give him back like this. The prince must really be a stupid one. Now it's his turn, leading him to make the decision that logically should have been made a few minutes ago. The demon takes off, not willing to let that happen. And surprisingly, Claus does nothing but watch him make his getaway. That coward doesn't deserve to be killed by the likes of himself, but let his soldiers take care of him. In the end, what's the meaning of killing him if he's not going to get to keep his head as a trophy afterwards? Wisely avoiding all the chaos of the falling planet, the Kikino race beings just feel fortunate that Prince Cold left his spaceship here, so they could escape with the sun's vessel in case any trouble arised. With all the hassle going on right now, he's sure that neither Cold or Ice will notice their escape. And with all those spaceships up there, they won't be seen on any radar. The other scientist who hasn't said anything yet then refers to Yunoki as his dad, meaning this little alien could actually be Kikino. But we won't be able to confirm that today. Anyway, he worries what if they're attacked by the enemy? Who knows that if they stay here, they'll probably be killed anyway, so they need to take the risk. Slugging his way through countless adversaries, Cold schools the pair on what they think they're doing. Shocked, Yunoki pleads for forgiveness, but it's obvious they can no longer stay here. Sadly, they don't think their planet will hold out much longer. A Fat Cold actually agrees with. This planet is over. But he wasn't thinking of trying to escape without him and his children, was he? Completely bewildering the smarty pants. He wants to come too? What about his father? His kingdom? The demon reprimands that his father was a fool and it ultimately got him killed. As for his kingdom, he will surely reconstruct it later. With them. The three of them. With their power, no one in this universe will be capable of opposing them. A new kingdom will arise. The Arcosian Empire, ruled by King Cold.